Now I'm starting.
That is not good. Yeah. That's not even coolant in there. That's fucking water.
Well, we already knew that.
Where we at temp-wise? Just turn the key on. Keep the video running. Turn the key on and tell me where we're at.
A hair above 180.
Hair above 180. That's where she was the other day. And she's underway and picking up water. If we'd have kept her at like 1,500, 2,000, somewhere around there. Hanson said it stayed at like 180, 185. And letting it sit there and idle with a brand new water pump. Sitting there and idle, and the bitch set the alarm off. There's good water flow out the back. I stuck my hand in it and looked at it. Risers are nice and cool. They're about 120 degrees, which is perfect.
The temp gun would be nice.
Well, I don't need a temp gun because there's your temp sensor right there, and here's your alarm switch.
Yeah.
Okay. Brown is temperature, blue is oil pressure. This is alarm. We got another issue. Something's been going on with him. And it's not going to be these clogged because they're not hot. And they were getting hot before. So your water pump's 100%. We have a problem in here, or in there.
Can we take the thermostat out and try it?
That's the next step, to pull the thermostat and check it. In some of these engines, the thermostat is here, and some of them it's under here. So it's not a great big deal. But we solved one problem on it, but it actually has another. Now that water pump, honestly, that we took out, even though the impeller was busted, would have caused a problem, but it should have worked. I mean, that one broken blade was clogging up one of the ports. We reassembled the water pump. I checked it. Everything was indexed right, but the motor was labeled wrong. So basically, I pulled the fucking thing off, and all I had to do was switch the hoses. Because the engine was labeled wrong. Which is fine. It is what it is. So we had to pull all the batteries out and everything to get the water pump off, double check, and yeah, what I did was right. But the engine was fucking labeled wrong. It was counter rotation, and it was a standard rotation. CR means counter rotation. SR means standard rotation. I don't know why they labeled this CR or SR instead of CR. And the boat would make it across the planet at 2,022, 2,400 RPMs. But on an idle, if you sat there for what we did was like, what is it, Danny, about 8 minutes?
No, we'll call it 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Nice round number.
And I looked up there and we were at 185, almost 190, which is not going to hurt the engine. But something happened. Either the seacock is bad and it's not pulling enough water, and something happened, and we're not getting enough water flow through the heat exchanger.
It looks like somebody pulled off that check valve on the other side. Does the other side,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a check valve for water flush. Got another.
Starboard has that other type of check valve.
We have another.
Is that closed?
Suspect. These check valves for you to put water into them.
What's that knob?
Sometimes they go bad. That's not a knob, dipshit. That's a goddamn hose inlet. And I'm not really sure why we have. Well, we have this aftermarket check valve here, but we don't have one over here. And I'm not really sure why that is. So, okay, there you go, Hanson. That's where we're at, buddy.
And that has a check valve.
I don't know, what fucking time is it?
It's after 5.
Yeah, it's after 5.
Well, if they're after 5, I mean, I would say I would say 4 hours of this to Hanson is free. Because, I mean, I had to recheck something. And the only thing, the motor is labeled wrong. But I didn't verify rotation before I took it apart. So he doesn't need to pay for that. Okay, but we gotta figure out what's going on here. It's not overheating at the exhaust. I mean, I can go to sleep on that. And so it's getting plenty of water. But there's something going on in that heat exchanger or in that engine.
I'm filtering just on 180 here.
Yeah, you're fine. These motors will live to 260.
Oh, all right.
I mean, they're tough.
Looks like my truck runs 210.
But the problem is they ran it a long way. So whatever problem it had is progressively getting worse.